Hey everyone, just checking in. Um, yeah, hi. So my name is Stephen, also known as Innovate. You can find me on the links below. And I've just started setting up again with this new studio setting, a new microphone and all that kind of gubbins. And thought I'd try and make a tune. So basically, yeah, finally set things up. And I'm at the stage where I can start to mess around. So I thought I'd try and mess around here. Excuse me. If I'm coughing a bit, it's because it's a bit dusty today. Anyway, always like to start with this thing called ADSR Sample Manager, which is a free plugin you can get from ADSR, basically, and it just categorizes all of your samples. It's a really good way of checking out your samples. It gives you playback options, forward and reverse, and boomerang, where it goes backwards and forwards. It gives you the key, the BPM, and you can basically, once it's categorized your samples, it basically scans your sample packs, your sample library, and then it adds them into different tags and categories, finds the BPM and finds the key. So you can search for samples in the same key, and it'll automatically match all the samples to your the tempo that you put in your DAW, which in my case is Fruity Loop Studio. So yeah, it's really useful, and I tend to use this now as my foundation for a sample library, for a session. Sorry, tend to use this as a foundation to find stuff for each new song creation. So, for example, if I'm looking for piano, let's look at piano samples. There you go. And you can add different categories here. It'll give you the option to, for example, date added. So let's organize by date added, which means these are my most recent additions to my sample library. And it sorts them out, like I was saying, key and BPM, which is really handy. I'm just trying to angle please forgive my my figuring things out. So yeah, basically I'm going to set my tempo around 120 and look for samples that it's a really good way of just sorting things out. You can you can check things out by using them. You can see it visually. Like I said, you can loop the playback, you can reverse the playback. These are different playback modes. You'll have to excuse my coughing, I'm sorry. So I have no direction for this particular session. I'm just literally, messing around. There's nothing in particular I want to create today. just scrolling through some samples. Oh dear. I know I should be muting the mic every time I cough like this. BPM 220? I don't think so. It's organized by BPM. This is the less glamorous part of live streaming. When you're figuring out what to use. Yeah. Well, that's quite nice. Okay, got one. Love it. Already I love it. Okay, let's drop it in. Whoops. So the great thing is, from the sample manager, you can just drop it straight in, and now it's it becomes a rendered sample, which means it kind of comes out of the box as a WAV file that is in the right time code of your project, which is handy. So, you know, if I now play my song, isn't that lovely? And now it becomes project ready. That's a lovely little loop to start playing with. So my project is going to be in D, which means now I'm going to look for kind of an ambient chord in D. Let's see what I got. And it searches for tags or genres. Oops. So what do we got? Let's sort by key. Let's find a, what did we say I am? D. Let's find D. There we go. And now it'll put them in the right excuse me, it'll put them in the right tempo.
Yeah. Oh.
Really, I'm just looking for a chord. Something quite in the background. Oh, I'm out of D. Let me just search for chords, see what we got. There you go. And we're back into searching by key. I just want a kind of single note chord to go in the background with this. Not bad. See, something like that is good. Drop that one in before I forget it, basically. Might not use it, but I've explained this in previous streams. Basically, what I try and do is build up a, I guess what you could call a kind of track library. Different samples that I may or may not rely on or use. Yeah, I mean, I might not use any of these, basically. But what I try and do is build up a list of tracks with potential bits and pieces that I can start to manipulate and play with and chop and change in a track. So they're not necessarily something that I'll use, but they'll be something I can build upon, which is what I'm trying to do right now. Excuse me. So yeah, I might not use this, but it's there. Going to stop the original because I'll get bored of that if I play it too much. Ooh, there you go. That's very nice. Just a single note, single chord. Yeah, lovely. It's still not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a loopable, I don't know what to put. Ambience or ambient, I don't know. Note, perhaps? No, not note. Oh, atmosphere, that was it. That's it, atmosphere. That's what I was trying to figure out. There you go. Okay. So let's look for, oh, I was going to say let's look for atmospheres in D. And I have one. Which is quite nice anyway. Yeah, I could use that. Okay, let's stick it in. Stick it in, baby. Alright, so let's see what I've got now. There you go. Oh, hello, hold on. I snapped it. Oh, that's why. No, not snapped in yet. There you go. Isn't that lovely? So there you go. So that's the basis, the foundation of track. You know, it might not be something that I'll necessarily use. I'm still trying to figure out the ducking, by the way. See how this loops. Just kind of messing around and figuring out what works. Okay. So yes, let's go to the keyboard. Let's find a drum loop actually. Where's my ADSR? There it is. Let's look for drums. I've got some drum packs and loop packs. Oh, drone as well. That was the other one. Yeah, drone was the other one there. So now I'm in the BPM. Let's organize by BPM and try and find something around 120. And again, the great thing is it doesn't have to be 120 because this thing will slap them in at the right tempo. Yes, it's perfect. I found it. I can retire as a musician. DJ Shadow. Yes. See, on a live stream, this is the stuff you see edited on a YouTube channel where they cut out all the kind of bloat from the broadcast. You know, in a YouTube stream, in a YouTube edited video from the stream, the musician finds the perfect drum loop in 30 seconds, and you know, next thing you know, they made a tune. But that's not the way it goes. When they put the kick and the snare together, because it's already a finished you know what I mean, it's already a finished, well, not finished, but it's already a built up loop. Then I want it split up like this. Hello. Gosh, my computer's laggy. Then again, I am doing all of this from my laptop. There you go. Third time lucky. So... let's take that down a bit. Oopsie. Okay, let's give it a little oomph. Let's mess around with it a bit. need a lot of playing with that to, what am I looking for? There's the EQ on Fruity Loops. I think it'd be easy to find, but completely lost it. Okay. That's better. I just want something quite subtle, and that other thing wasn't subtle. Take the bass out of it and yeah, that's nice. There you go. Let me see. No, that changes the loop, doesn't it? Oh, that changes the loop. I just said that. Yes. Too much. No, I'm not digging those. Oh, hello. Do I have a crash? No, there you go. It's just being a bit super laggy. Okay, here we go. Oh no, that's not it. Where is it? Yeah, these are multiple effects in one rack, which is a bit too complicated for me. Right now, I just want the one effect. Oh no. Yeah, it's being quite laggy when it brings up new effects. You catered to drip. Yeah. So here's the thing about drip, right? It's great for really, really limited certain situations. It works for like, I don't know, like trap and old school kind of like hip hop kind of stuff, and but I find it doesn't really stretch to a lot of different genres. The stuff that you hear in the demo stuff when they're showing off drip is the stuff that it really works on, because they want to show it off to its strongest kind of its strongest aspects, its strongest elements. It doesn't really feel like it works outside of that. I'm sure if you mess around with it for 30 minutes, you can come up with something really nice in different genres and outside the box. But then kind of what's the point, you know? Because you could spend a whole day tweaking drip settings to fit into another genre, but then you would find a plugin that works better in another genre, you know? So it works really well, but in very limited situations, if that answers your question. But, you know, it's fun, and it certainly has a quality and a tone to it that that is unique, and that works very, very well in certain situations. But yeah, certain limited situations, I would say. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway, I think too much on that. Yeah, exactly. There are plugins that work amazingly well in like 5 or 6 songs. But the problem is then when you get locked into a plugin that works really well on a song, you don't want to take it outside that very limited kind of that limited range, because you know how well it works in that situation. It almost works. It's almost a victim of its own success, because a lot of people use drip in a few limited situations, and then everyone else goes, oh yeah, that sounds great, I'm going to use that on my track in that situation. Yeah. Yeah, but I kind of am. I know what you mean. And yeah, I could spend a day tweaking the settings and getting it working, but you know, I don't kind of want to do that. I want something that is, I don't want to take, so here's the thing, let me stop this for a sec. Here's the thing, I don't want to take away from the art of the act of just creating a song. I don't want to spend a day tweaking the settings in a plugin that I'm going to use in a song. The plugin is there for me to enhance to enhance the song itself. I don't think the plugin for me is the song creation. And if you have to tweak it so much that you spend like 2 hours tweaking a plugin to get that sound that you want or that feeling that you want, that for me kind of derails the creation of the song itself. So I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, yeah, I don't want to have to spend a day like fucking around with a plugin, because for me, plugins are there to you know, to help you to get the song working, if that makes sense. But I do agree. I would love to spend the time to really do a deep dive into every single plugin that I own and know it inside and out, and be able to utilize it and adapt it to every single situation. Yeah, anyway. But I'm not beyond admitting that I'm often looking for an easy way out too. You know, because that isn't kind of, that's what plugins are kind of there to help you with often. You know, that's why you get a plugin, because you want it to do a thing, I think. But you know, that's just my opinion. Where was I? Yeah, Innovelt isn't really working anyway. Let's remove that one. Time is keeping me from deep diving. Simply time. This isn't my full-time job. I'm not a full-time musician. I make a song when I have time to make a song. And you know, if you look at the plugins that I've got, if I spent time to do a deep dive in every single plugin that I have, it feels like I'd never get around to actually putting a song together. But you're right, learning isn't a bad thing, and I have to learn how to use FLStudio, for example, FLStudio. I have to learn how to use stuff. So I agree, it's good to do a deep dive, but at the same time, I'm limited by the amount of time I've got to simply put something together. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? So, I'm trying to put that drums a little further into the background, just because there you go, I want something super subtle with that. But it is funny, yeah, like plugins are a help and a hindrance, I find. They're amazing, and they're also, when you find an amazing plugin and you do want to do a deep dive into it, it detracts from, you get so caught up in that one plugin that you kind of forget everything else associated with actually making a song. And a plugin is a tool. At the end of the day, it's there to help you make the song. It's not the song itself. Oh, I love this, by the way. If you haven't seen this before, this is XO is a way of visualizing your sample library in a kind of graphic way, and it generates loops from a kind of cloud of plugins, a cloud of samples like this. Oh, don't worry about that, by the way. I love XO. Yeah, don't worry about my auto Streamlabs. I've got to tweak the settings there when it's telling you to refrain from long messages and caps and all that stuff. I just haven't tweaked Streamlabs settings. I love XO. I love XO because it just, first of all, it looks great. Secondly, it's just so much fun, like having a visual version of your sounds. And I love this kind of click. It doesn't do anything like well, I'd say it doesn't do anything. It's not intrinsic to the song, but I love this kind of shit. It's like you're just throwing your keyboard down the stairs and listening to it hit random samples on the way down. I tell you, this is something I could do a deep dive into, XO. I haven't yet, but this would be a great thing to spend days going through. Because, yeah, exactly, it is really handy. It's so much fun as well. I mean, you see the samples in the cloud that it's playing, and you can switch between, you can dial down on those individual samples. Yeah, I mean, there's so much you can do with this plugin. I've barely scratched the surface with it. And then it'll look for similar sounds in the cloud. Ah, yeah. I looked around for XLM playlists, but it's hard to find actually. I'd like to find more XLM playlists that are available online to download, because there'd be so many loops. Where this falls down is, oh, it does do a host sync, sorry. I was going to say where this falls down, but it doesn't really. I was comparing this with ADSR Sample Manager. It's so much fun though. But again, this is something that would easily distract me from making a song, because, you know, I could play with this longer than I could actually spend time making a song on. What am I making? I'm not even sure, to be honest. Something kind of laid back and not really ambient, kind of chill, but a bit faster than kind of a chill out stuff. It's been a long time since I've created in a stream, and basically I'm just kind of testing out my system and messing around with loops at the moment, so it's not a driven focused stream, it's just a kind of laid back stream. But yeah, this is if you had missed the start of the stream, this is the core of my sample creation, basically, is a ADSR sample manager. This is the one thing that I think is invaluable to me for creating stuff, just as a foundation for creating songs. I love using this. Oh, that's quite nice. Let's drop that in and see what we got. I'm trying to knock the drums down into the background. I'm not trying to overwhelm things. And then my computer waits for half an hour while I decide. Right? I agree. Yeah. They don't really have that, like I don't know, a split screen multi-collab. You can feature people in a stream, but it's not really the same. Yeah, if they could do something that would allow music creation. There is a, I can't remember the name of it. There is an online platform that allows that. I mean, but not really mixed with streaming, with live streaming. You're right, though. People haven't really utilized that. But I mean, that's not really what Twitch was about. Twitch had just expanded it into different categories. But they didn't really make it music specific. But yeah, they should. That would be amazing, right? A real-time collab. Let's have a listen. Not bad. All right, let's see if I can mess around with that a bit more. I'm going to mute that little drum track for a sec, and I'm going to use some of my favorite plugins. Sound Toys, I love. Anything that Sound Toys does, I'm a big fan of, basically. And this is, again, if anything deserves a deep dive, Sound Toys plugin packs, basically, do deserve that. And this is what I'm talking about when stuff that is good out of the box, you know, without doing a deep dive. This is kind of stuff that, you know, with minimal tweaks, you can come up with some amazing effects from Sound Toys. Because there's some lovely stuff already there. Really complex little lines, you know. I'm going to mess around with these loops, but right now I'm just I just want a simple that's so nice. Okay, let's chop this up a bit. that's nice. See what we got here. I know I could chop it up with Slice and export it into my pads and but I'm kind of old school with stuff like that. I like to kind of manually slice it in the playlist arrangement. Yeah, let's chop that a little tighter. So I'm just going to slice around these drum packs and start to kind of mess around with a excuse me. Just start to mess around with these, give it a little more of an organic feel instead of the loop. Hello. Let's take off this echo for a second because it's just complicating matters. Because I've got this as a bass, which I can still use. Right now, I'm just giving it a little more of an organic feel, basically. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I do agree, Redness, though. A real-time collab. Get someone on vocals and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. And have them lay something down. But then you'd need it to go right the way through to the... You'd have to get the collab going all the way through to the door level. You know, for example, if we'd have to use the same door, or they'd be able to export a loop. Oops. And it would be tough to do a real-time collab because you'd have to fundamentally change the packages that people were using, and yeah, it would take more than just Twitch's collaboration. But I do agree it would be amazing. Just take out those at the moment. Switch on Echo Boy again to fill in the gaps. Okay. Again, excuse me for the coughs. Let's go back to the old sample library. Dear. Actually, let's take out the drum packs. I just want to focus on the loop packs right now. La 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 la. Whoa, hello. Sort it out by key. I'm looking for D. And that's not what you think. Yeah, I'm trying to think offhand about real-time collab platforms, and there are a few, but again, they're not designed for live streaming. They're just kind of collaboration. They're not real-time either, as far as I know. There's a bunch of collab platforms. I mean, I guess you just do a Zoom chat, but what fun is that? And it's not really set up for musicians. Good Good way of rehearsing at a distance, I guess. Did I miss the D's? Where are they? Keep scrolling past it. Fine, let's do it this way. Ooh. There's something. I haven't got the lyrics, vocals yet. Actually, let's put that one in there before I forget it. This kind of thing is only to be used sparingly, but it's good to have the loop in there. I'll switch that off for now, but I'll keep it in the bank. Ooh. I mean, I don't really want to take it in this direction, but it's pretty nice. I mean, you know, gotta admit, that's pretty impressive just for one sample. That's pretty nice. Oh, there you go. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please, I'll have that. Okay, let's drop that in somewhere. Because it's on the top. Because it takes up the top frequencies, I don't want it to overwhelm stuff. I just want it to be subtle. Excuse me. Yawning. That's quite nice though. Yeah, I'm digging that. What shall I save this as? Chill Omen. And the reason I'm calling it Chill Omen is because that top little piano line reminds me of the Omen theme for some reason. Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, so far so good. What was I thinking? I need a little, I know what I need. Where are they? I have to think about where these are. There is a, I've got some like old school movie, radio, TV sample kind of things. And I always like dropping in one or something into my project. Some kind of speech or what were they called though? Gosh. Whew. That's the problem with having a big sample library, is trying to remember where half of the blooming samples are. Yeah, it's never easy, that bit. Radio. Let's see if I can find something that says radio. No, radios are static, that's not it. Movie. Gosh, I'd have to actually look through my samples folder. I'm so unprepared. Let me go to my music. Excuse me for a second while I look through. While I look through some of my more recent editions. Yeah, goodness knows what they're called. Cinematic Atmospheres? No, that's not it, but it's Old Movies, Volume 5, The Collection. There you go, I knew I had something. Actually, I don't know if I've piped this into... I don't think I've got system sounds going. Yeah, I don't think I've pumped these external sounds through streaming setup, so you'll have to excuse me if it's a little silent. I'm going through movie samples, which is why it's all quiet online, but I haven't pumped in the external audio yet. Yeah. I think I can find them inside the sample, inside the browser. So what am I looking for again? I'm looking for old movies. Let's put in movie. I did do that though, didn't I? Or did I? Yeah, I did. Trouble is, let me see if I can add a category here. Library. Yeah, I know they're in loop packs. That doesn't help at all. All of mine are in loop packs. File path isn't going to help. Oh dear. Okay, that's a note for a future stream as to how to pipe in external audio. I'm sorry, I'm listening to stuff externally, and I shouldn't be because that's the most boring stream possible. I'm just going to put one in. Unfortunately, I can't find a way of pumping out the audio right now because that would probably take me stopping the stream or adding it during the stream, which is just going to be boring.
Melodies to be fancied up for public consumption.
Okay, back to the song.
Mushy little melodies to be fancied up for public consumption.
Yeah, I'll have to find that.
Mushy little melodies to be fancied up for public consumption.
Fun times. Okay, I've been on for a little while.
Melodies fancied up for public consumption.
About an hour now. I'm keeping these relatively short because I'm doing them in chapters rather than doing an entire session. Plus, I've got a bunch of other things to do today. So,
Mushy little melodies to be fancied up for public consumption.
Cheers for tuning in. Thank you, Redness, for the questions. They're very interesting. And thanks for checking and stuff. I hope you enjoyed that little peek into music construction.
Fancied up for public consumption.
And I will come back to this in a future session. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.